So a story went viral about a young lady who was standing up to her father. According to the story, the video that went with the man was actually allegedly accused of attempting to physically assault his wife. When the daughters stepped in, the enraged man was holding a belt, and according to one of the daughters, he had threatened to send their mom to her early grave.
Leave the belt. Daddy, I'm your daughter. If you want to beat me, it is to beat me.
Look.
For you to get to my mom and do whatever you want to do.
See,
you can wound me. I don't have a problem with that.
Shut your mouth.
But you cannot say you send my own mother to grave from my own father's mouth.
Now, pause. There is limit to every woman in the. If you say a word after I say this thing, I will make sure that this thing cut on all your body. If you try it, say anything again. Look, I didn't do this to my own parents. If you write to this, no, a minimum. Just try say anything. Whether you think you have that boldness,
I don't.
You will not face me. It will be a wrong thing in your life to want to face your father.
So that you are telling me I should not stand here when you say you want to send my own mom
I
to
said
grave.
she should watch her mouth, or else she will receive what is wrong with her.
Rachel and Staffy, were you not here when Daddy said he will send her to grave?
I said if she did not touch her, I may send her to grave because you said
that word is very wrong.
Really sad situation where a child had to step in a case of domestic violence. But this is not the first time. Many times there are children involved. It always plays out that way, that the children, from when they're even very little, from when they can barely talk, they understand that one person is in distress and another person is causing it. You see them run, leave my mommy, and it's such a sad thing to watch. And it's what even makes it for me even more heartbreaking is that usually that child grows up to do the same. Because that is their reality, that's what they know, and that's what they have carried with them. Or you see children that have anger issues. So that's why some people will say to you, when you find yourself in such a toxic environment, we have this explanation, I don't want to say excuse, where people will say, I'm staying because of the children. And many times we have found that staying because of the children will do them more harm than good.
This man has now grown, he has adult children, and he doesn't know his children are grown. To him, he's saying, the tradition is forbidding for you to raise your hand at me. Yes, it is. But it is a necessity if it is in defense of somebody they feel that is more weaker than you. You know, a child can push themselves in between you and their mother. And if you throw something bigger or unbearable and they push it back, it might just be in your face. You know, they might just want to block a blow from their mom and they land you this way and you're slapped by your child. When you're getting your home to that point, you are refusing to grow up and face the reality. Once your child passes 15, is a man, let your head correct. If your daughter is 18, immediately switch on. You are not living with your friends and age mates if you're not careful. And this abuse continues because we now bring in the myth and all the traditional whatever around it. Forbid. Our people will shout, agua for waiting. They forbid them, yes. But look at the person you're dealing with. You've pushed your family to that circle. So when do you want to address your ways of meeting and having an argument with your wife?
I will argue that these children shouldn't have released that video because you're not just embarrassing your mother, you're also embarrassing your father. And it's like now the whole world now knows, oh, this is who you're. You know how our African culture, like, you have to keep these things, don't let family members handle it. By releasing the video, what you've done is not just embarrass yourself, you've embarrassed the entire family.
Release the video? Okay. You know, what if they sent it to someone who they thought would mediate? Because I'm thinking that's what will eventually happen. But even if they did release the video, since we're all going to social media courts now, you know, if their father no longer feels embarrassed in the neighborhood, because this for 26 years, it's true now, you don't have that shame, you don't know when your voice is, a simple conversation becomes an argument and is loud and you have engaged your neighbors inside your house. And social media is not too much now.
If my memory serves me correctly, in the video, the woman was still defending her husband. She was trying to calm her kids down.
No, she was trying to avoid the traditional course. You know, so the daughter had, you know, come in between herself, and she knew she was going to get beaten, or she was probably afraid the girl was going to attack her dad. She came in between that. Because traditionally, now I'm just imagining what will be happening. Video have come out. The people that know tradition, they will now come
tradition,
in.
What do you mean? Because
Okay, so African tradition, the child doesn't stand up to their parents. Even in my religion, Islam, is in extreme cases you can even, and you must be in the most kind language. Assertive but kind.
When will we say, stop this nonsense? Stop this nonsense. You can't beat my mother again. Or if it's my father that you have been beating, you can't beat my father again.
But I heard stories of where the fathers actually beat up the children too.
Put everybody.
Yes.
Put it together.
When the boy stands up before he's strong enough to, he will get beaten, and then the circle worsens. So when he stands up when he can, and when the father knows when to stop immediately. But I've seen where the father chooses to hate. I've even seen where he removes a child, that particular child from his favor. He wrote his will deliberately to exclude that child. You've desecrated that our whatever relationship, and you will never benefit from me.
If I'm witnessing my father beating my mother, or my mother beating my father on a regular, it's a form of mental abuse to me.
It is.